recording. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Subcommittee on Local Government by County Agencies. And we have 4 bills on our agenda for this afternoon. There are 2 House bills and 2 Senate bills. We're going to start with the 2 by-county House bills related to WSSC, the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission. Matt, would you start with 872 House Bill and describe
Sure.
the bill and the amendments?
Sure. And just before I start, Keisha, would it be possible for me to be able to share my screen? I have the amendments that I can pull up for discussion purposes. I'll get going while it's being done. But so for HB 872, this bill would authorize the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission to enter into contracts with the District of Columbia or the District of Columbia Water and Sewer Authority for a construction, maintenance, and operation of a water supply, sewer, or drainage system within a border property as amended. So I had sent a couple of amendments out to the members. I'm referring to HB 872-133428-1. And I'm pulling it up now that I can share it. Thank you, Keisha. Can everybody see that? Okay, so the amendment does a couple things and actually largely redrafts most of the bill, but keeps elements from the bill as drafted. The first amendment that you would see is technical and makes changes to the title and purpose paragraph. The second amendment does a number of things. It first off defines a border property. This is consistent with, but does alter some of the provisions under the bill in terms of the properties that are being discussed for this purpose. But I would just note generally these are properties that have they lack frontage or right of way in Prince George's County to connect to a water service, sewer service, or water sewer service, and they're on a boundary line with the District of Columbia. The amendment would also generally authorize WSSC to enter into contracts with the District of Columbia or District of Columbia Water and Sewer Authority for systems located in these border properties. It would provide for certain required elements of a contract entered into between WSSC and the District or District of Columbia Water and Sewer Authority. Again, many of these elements were already in the bill as drafted.
Okay.
And then finally, and I will go to the end because I know it was discussed in the bill hearing we had moments ago, it would provide for the application of the bill, the prospective application, as well as for the sunset or termination of the bill after a 5-year period from the effective date. So I'm happy to answer any further questions or delve into any particular piece of the language. Again, you all have the amendment, or I hope you have the amendment, but please let me know and I can scroll to anywhere.
And we do have letters of support from both delegations on this bill and the amendments that are before us.
Correct. Yes, there was an amendment offered by Prince George's County and its delegation. There were further amendments offered by Montgomery County, and we did receive an acknowledgement from the Prince George's County delegation that they support the Montgomery County delegation amendments. But yes, we have letters from both delegations.
Do we have any questions or concerns about this bill as it is before us now? If not, I have a motion, please.
Move favorable.
Second.
Okay.
Favorable with the amendments.
With the first on the amendments, all those in favor of the amendments, please say aye.
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 On the bill as the ayes have it. On the bill as amended, all those in favor of the bill as amended, please say aye.
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 Any opposed, please say no. The ayes have it. So that one is moving forward. We'll now go to House Bill 873, another WSSC bill. Matt?
Okay. Sure. And I'll just start off by saying, again, there were letters of support from both Prince George's County delegation and the Montgomery County delegation on this. Montgomery County did offer an amendment to limit the effect of the bill, House Bill 873, to just Prince George's County and its commissioner. The bill would, as amended, just alter certain requirements or establish certain requirements for the one WS, or for one, at least, or at least one commissioner from Prince George's County who sits in the WSOC. And those qualification requirements are presented here. It would either be a degree from an institution of higher education and 5 years of experience, or education in the environmental sciences, a professional experience in utility management, or experience in environmental or civil engineering. The voting provisions of the bill for the general manager were struck by amendment. And the amendment I'm referring to, I should have led off with that, is House Bill 873-513-426-1.
Are there any questions about the amendments? Any concerns? Is there a motion on the amendments?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of the amendments, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? The amendments are adopted. On the bill as amended. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, please say no. The ayes have it, and that bill will move forward as presented. Now we'll move on to the Senate Bill 157. This is Senator Waldstreicher. But it's municipalities charter amendments notice. Matt?
Certainly. So this is an amendment that the members of the subcommittee would not have, and I apologize, but it's meant to make a technical correction between this bill and the House bill. So the amendment is SB 157-453-324-1. The members of the subcommittee may recall this is the bill about notification of charter amendments that was House Bill 104. The changes really take place on bill page 2 and bill page 3. The Senate had amended this bill to require that the chief executive officer of a municipality give notice of a proposed charter amendment by posting an exact copy of the proposed amendment at least 40 days immediately preceding the referendum. And this ties back to a similar notice provision that is in current law for general or notice of a proposed resolution of a charter amendment. So the posting periods would now be identical. The Senate has since made an identical that change to the House bill as it was sent over. Separately on the Senate bill here, I noticed that there is a technical correction that is required. This should be a reference to subsection and not section. So the amendment before you just makes that change to the Senate bill. Otherwise, the House bill in the Senate has now been amended to be consistent with the Senate bill that was sent over and before you. And this technical correction puts both bills in order. So they at this point, they should be identical.
If we adopt all these amendments and the bill, then it will be identical to what the House bill is.
Yes, if the technical amendment that's needed to correct a drafting error is adopted, which is what's before you here, and if the local government by county agency subcommittee chooses to acquiesce in the Senate's amendment for this posting requirement, making it 40 days versus at least 4 weeks, then yes, both bills would be identical.
Okay, are there any questions about the amendments? Any concerns? All right, is there a motion on the amendments?
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
second? All those in favor of the amendments, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it. The amendments are adopted on the bill as amended. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, please say no. The ayes have it, and that bill is moving forward as amended. Senate Bill 524.
So Senate Bill 524, there are no amendments on. However, there is a distinction between the Senate bill and what the House had passed. So the House bill here would be House Bill 671. The subcommittee may recall this is about Garrett County Board of County Commissioners and its meetings. There was an amendment to add a live streaming component in the House. The Senate also adopted a live streaming amendment, however, specified that it would be live video streaming, which would be a little more narrow than the live streaming language that we had used, or that the House had used, I should say, which theoretically could be audio or video. Senate Council and I have been working with the House and Senate delegations to clarify, and the delegations have come back to say that they want to specify that it is live video streaming. The House bill, as I understand it, is being amended in the Senate to effectively match what was done in SB 524 here, which does specify that it is live video streaming for these meetings, which again is consistent with the delegation's request.
And there are no
So
amendments on this bill in front of us.
there are no amendments to conform to what would be the Senate amendments on the House bill. It would be a favorable recommendation on the Senate bill.
Okay, any questions, concerns, issues? If not, we'll take a vote. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Move favorable.
There's a motion
Second.
and a second. Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, please say no. Looks like the ayes have that one too. So we are finished with our agenda for today. Stay tuned. I'm not sure how many more local bills we're going to have to deal with, but we're finished for today. So enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and maybe some of you will be at the event tonight.
Yes. We'll be there for you, Delegate Healy.
Thank you. Good night.
Yes.
Bye. Okay. Okay. All set.